Let's get all the latest now from our Washington correspondent Annalise Nielsen. Annalise, the FBI say there have been rapid developments in just the past few hours. So what's happening?
And they've delayed a press conference that was set for this afternoon. At the same time, the head of the FBI, Kash Patel, is flying from New York to Utah to join that press conference. And so it does seem like there is a significant announcement. He's faced some pushback after yesterday announcing that the suspect was in custody. That person was released a short time later. There were 2 suspects taken into custody and then subsequently released as not being related to this event at all. And so they are under immense pressure to find this person, not least because this is the latest escalation in violence in political events in the United States. And so as that fear continues, they want to bring this person to the law. So what we have seen today is these updates with critical information. The gun has been recovered by FBI agents in a clearing somewhere near the university campus. What we've heard from the Wall Street Journal is they're reporting that their sources have revealed that on that gun, or possibly on the ammunition, there was pro-trans ideology as well as Antifa ideology, anti-fascism. And so that will be something likely clarified in this press conference when it does happen. We're expecting sometime in the next few hours, but this is the information they gave us earlier today.
We have recovered what we believe is the weapon that was used in yesterday's shooting. It is a high-powered bolt-action rifle. That rifle was recovered in a wooded area where the shooter had fled. So the FBI laboratory will be analyzing this weapon. Investigators have also collected footwear impression, a palm print, and forearm imprints for analysis.
Pete, firearms experts today have said that that kind of rifle with that sight, you wouldn't need to be an expert sniper to shoot someone accurately at the distance that they believe the shooter was when he took his shot at Charlie Kirk yesterday. It's about 130 meters. And so they do think that this is someone who has some familiarity with guns, but there was some speculation yesterday it could be someone with military expertise, and they've said that's unlikely. Also, you heard before just that that evidence that he was wearing a helmet. Apparently that's not something that a sniper would normally do in that situation. If you're going to take a shot off and kind of melt into the night, you don't want to be wearing things like that would kind of make you look more distinctive. So that's what they're looking for. We've also heard that they think it's a university-aged person who's responsible for this shooting. And there has been significant search around the university. They believe they left on foot, and they've been knocking door to door trying to find information about how this person escaped.
After the shooting, we were able to track his movements as he moved to the other side of the building, jumped off of the building, and fled off of the campus and into a neighborhood. Our investigators have worked through those neighborhoods, contacting anybody they can with doorbell cameras, witnesses, and have thoroughly worked through those communities, trying to identify any leads.
Vice President J.D. Vance has just landed in Utah with Air Force 2, a close personal friend of Charlie Kirk. He's reportedly going to escort Charlie Kirk's body with his family back to Arizona on Air Force 2. This is quite symbolic of just how deeply this is being felt at the highest levels of the US government. I know that some people might be thinking that this is politicians jumping on something opportunistically. It's the other way around. This is a person who was incredibly influential in MAGA circles. He was incredibly influential among young men that turned out in droves to support Donald Trump at the last election. And in fact, J.D. Vance mentioned that it was Charlie Kirk that introduced him to Donald Trump's sons, who were the ones that advocated for J.D. Vance to be the vice president of the United States. So this is how critical a figure Charlie Kirk was, and this is why there is flags at half-mast across the country. And also now Donald Trump's announced that he will be giving him a posthumous Medal of Freedom.
I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The date of the ceremony will be announced, and I can only guarantee you one thing, that we will have a very big crowd, very, very big.
So, Pete, this is being felt deeply across the country. Not only has this been an influential figure on the right, but across the entire political spectrum, there is just this broad concern about an increase in violence in political areas. And in particular, Charlie Kirk was someone who really appealed to young people. So to have an event like this where he can draw 3,000 people and have that kind of attack on free speech, it is one of those cases that's going to really define a generation.